Hello, Barendipitous here with another board game shelf video. This time I'm talking about Coup. So just like Love Letter, Coup is another kind of like social deduction, deception game, sort of thing, where you try to guess what cards each player has and everything. I think there are a couple different versions of this, and there also is a little bit of like lore and backstory to sort of like the world of Coup. This is if you couldn't tell, this is kind of like a sort of cyberpunk um, sort of world where there's like corporations and assassins and things like that, right? I love the art of these as well. Um, but yeah, Coup is fairly straightforward. I should also mention that we have the expansion of Coup. So the expansion lets you play has a couple extra mechanics and lets you play with up to 10 people. Excuse me. So the way that Coup works, essentially, you're trying to each card gives you an ability, but you can also just like how in Love Letter every card has an ability. However, unlike Love Letter, you can lie about the cards you have in your hand. There's some very helpful charts about what each card can do, and the different actions you can take. Right, and we have these credits as well. Sorry, something in my throat there. But anyway, so you use coins to make things happen, essentially. But basic actions include like taking one coin from the pile, taking two coins, or paying 7 coins to coup. Choose one player to lose a card. Losing influence. So these cards are kind of like the people you have influence over, right? And so if you lose both cards in your hand, you're out of the round. Um, so yeah. So yeah, you can. So on your turn, you can either take one coin, take 2 coins. If you have 7 coins, you can do the coup action, or you can do any of these other ones as well. Any of these other actions also. If you have the Duke card, then you can tax, which means take 3 coins. And also, he blocks the foreign aid action, meaning if someone else tries to do foreign aid, the Duke can say, no, 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 you can't do that, and that player would have to try to do something else. Let's see. Yeah, the assassin. Gosh, this art is so cool. The assassin can assassinate, which means pay 3 coins and choose a player to lose influence. So basically, kind of like Coup, but much, much cheaper. Here we have the captain. So the captain can steal, which means take 2 coins from another player. And also, he can block stealing. So if you have the captain, you can say, no, 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 you can't steal from me. Let's see here. All right, the Contessa, the person on the box. The Contessa doesn't do a lot except she blocks assassination. So if someone says they want to try to assassinate another player, then that player can say, I have the Contessa, which means you can't assassinate. And then let's see, there is the ambassador. Here we go. Nope, that's not the ambassador. Here we go. The ambassador. The ambassador can do the exchange action, which means exchange cards with the court deck. So you can draw, I think, basically, you can draw like 2 cards, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe you can draw like 1 card and then, I think what that means, if I'm not mistaken, is you can draw 1 card and then put 1 card back. So everyone knows that, at least 1 card is the same, but another card could be different or not. And also, the ambassador blocks stealing as well, just like the captain. Okay? But again, you don't have to show your cards unless you lose influence. You can lie. You can claim that you have the assassin, and you might not. Your hand might look like this, and say, "I have the captain. I'm going to steal 2 coins from you." I believe at any point someone can try to call someone out, call someone's bluff, essentially. Say, I don't think you have the captain. What are you talking about? And if you don't, then you have to, if you don't have the captain, then you were caught, essentially, and you have to lose 1 influence. But if you do, then you have to show that you have the captain, and that person loses influence. So, yeah, and then it basically says the same things here. Also, if you have 10 coins or more, you have to take the coup action. You can't just stockpile a lot of cards. But anyway, that's basically how it works. The expansion to Coup has factions, Reformist and Loyalist, so that comes into play. And there's also there's also like an extra Um, and there's some extra actions as well. There's also someone called the Inquisitor, which means take one card, return one card to the court deck, cannot be blocked. Um, oh, okay, maybe. So I guess that would mean that maybe the ambassador's thing. So here's the Inquisitor: exchange a card to the court deck, or examine or force another player to exchange and then block stealing. So yeah, and then there's also a treasury reserve and so forth. And this is the expansion Coup Reformation, and then it just has a bunch of extra cards to sort of like help with uh, playing with more people. So that's Coup. It I like it a lot. I sometimes have mixed feelings about like social deduction games because number one, when I say social deduction games, I'm talking about things like Mafia or Werewolf or heck even Among Us or something. And I feel like I should be good at it, but I'm kind of not. Or maybe I'm just not as good as I think I am. Essentially, where I try to keep track of who I think everyone is and what everyone is doing and so forth. These games aren't as Coup and Love Letter aren't as too bad because there's a bit more like fixed mechanics and cards to them and everything. And I just like the art and how this looks. I like the shininess of this. The fact that it has a lot of the fact that this box has a lot of scratches and has seen a bunch of use makes sense for the cyberpunk setting as well because cyberpunk has a lot of like use has seen there's that lived in sense of a lot of like at least older cyberpunk settings. But yeah, I like Coup a lot. I'm glad we have it next to Love Letter. So yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, all the best.